I mean, Hot Fuzz is a really underrated movie.
No, in the UK, a Hot Fuzz is a rated accurately movie. Everywhere else, they don't respect it as much for some reason.
In Canada, underrated movie.
But I think everyone who likes good things thinks Hot Fuzz is a good movie. Now, I haven't seen... Hot Fuzz is a great movie. Shaun of the Dead, also a good movie. Hot Fuzz is better than Shaun of the Dead. I haven't seen the third one in the Cornetto trilogy.
I think...
I hear it's good.
I think as far as their movies go, like, it's not as funny as the other ones, but it's a better overall, just solid movie, if you know what I mean. Like, you know how the Hot Fuzz movies are a little silly. This is a little silly, but also kind of serious, and like actually a decent story on top of it. So it's like a mix. It's I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Neat.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday stream.
Right? Yeah. Sure.
When we play Dungeons and Dragons. And whatever else takes our fancy. In today's session, the party is planning on how to deal with a gnomish criminal mastermind by the name of Smoke. I went live because they kept asking me qualifying questions. And might as well talk about your plans while you're live. So last week, basically, in this town of Lender, you figured out that some kind of unrelated, while you're just staying here, you figure out, like, this guy Smoke, he needs to go. And in trying to figure out ways to get him to go, you had to fight another person and his spider thing.
You set people on fire. You just had to die.
Yeah. But if you could spit fire, wouldn't you?
Not on innocent bystanders.
Well...
There'd be a few bullies in high school.
I can't promise one way or the other. Brain catch up. So pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much what the whole of last session was, and preparing for going to the House of Smoke Glass, where Smoke is, and killing him. Removing him of his position.
And head.
Yes, so pretty much where the stream starts. Hopefully not that neatly. Gnomes have really, like, weak vertebrae in their necks. You're just like...
Yeah, just lift and twist.
Lift, little twist, exactly.
Lift and twist, and then place on the ground beside his body. Yeah.
It's like a
In the bag, actually, probably. We
in
do
the
have
in the head bag.
in the head bag, yeah.
Oh no.
It's real. Head bag's getting real gross.
All right, I need to go buy a sword.
Yes, it is morning, if I remember correctly. Essentially.
Yeah, I was starting to put on the makeup.
You transformed into a tiefling. And by transformed, I mean, you know, in a more drag queen sort of way than a wizard kind of way. Yeah, just gluing horns to your head. Thanks for that.
The sound effect was really good.
It sure was. Yeah, if you want to go and buy a sword in town, absolutely fine. Lendir is a town of blacksmithing.
I mean, yeah, after that last fight, like, this morning when I'm getting up, getting ready, I'm just, like, picking up my short swords, and they just feel a little light. Like,
Ever since wielding a heavy crossbow in battle, you want bigger weapons.
Yeah,
I feel like I can hold something bigger than this, so I'm gonna go buy a sword.
Yeah.
You tried the heavy weapon and it worked for you. It really fucking worked for you.
That is true. So, how much is it? Just DMG prices for a rapier?
Yes. Yeah. Here it's fine.
Flat-bladed sword, as it were.
Yes, because rapiers are not just fencing foils. They also are thin swords that can be fought more dexterously than slashily.
Yeah.
Look, it takes a couple of minutes for the DM fluids to percolate through the system. I'm very tired. I haven't got a coffee. I should change that.
It's like a bone weapon, right? There's nothing else I need to put in.
It's got a silver lining.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
it is
damn. That's awesome.
Okay. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Bone and silver.
Was the staircase leading up to Smoke's little balcony?
From your memory
Yep.
about the House of Smoke Glass, eating, drinking tavern, not sleeping tavern. Big chamber. Pretty much the staircase is in front of you to go up when you enter through the front doors, so it is inside.
Okay. And do we have a way of destroying the staircase? Because we have an exit.
At a glance, most of it seemed wood. Most of the buildings here are wood. Some parts have stone foundation. Considering this is higher up the hill, it even has a little bit of metal in some places of the building, like in the window frames and stuff. But not overly so. So, smashing is an option. I can find the rules for breaking objects somewhere.
I also, if that doesn't work, I have an idea for how we can have an out. We know where the hidden door is. I can show you guys where it is. I can cast darkness, and we all go through the hidden door, and then I drop darkness. And we're just gone.
That's a good idea.
That is actually a good idea. Except, if we are ultimately here trying to stage a coup, sort of, because we are trying to put someone in power, in a way, do we want to be... part of the point of you dressing up as a tiefling is for people to see that the tieflings are...
I would like to kill him publicly if possible.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a bit more of a public execution.
That's how things are done in the north.
Yeah. But if everything goes horribly wrong, having an escape through a secret door is not a bad idea.
I imagine if we can destroy the staircase, that means his reinforcements on the bottom floor can't get up. So we just have to deal with him and his current guards. At least until they find another way up.
Yeah.
We also do need to get away in some way, shape, or form. I can get away, I think.
Do we know where the secret door leads? We have no idea.
No, we don't.
So...
We don't know anything.
But then again, you haven't really looked.
No.
You've glanced.
Yep.
To describe the layout of the House of Smoke Glass, and again from memory, you were there a couple of days ago for a while, but a fairly big chamber. The kitchen and storage and stuff is off to the left from when you enter, whereas smoke is up on a mezzanine balcony that goes around sort of some of the roof, some of the second floor, and is off onto the right. And the secret entrance exit was on that wall on the same floor.
Okay. And there's the glass window on the ceiling with the chandelier underneath it. So that's a possible exit for me, maybe. How high up is that from his?
That would be probably so. This is actually quite a big building because it is a big dick show of a building. You know, I'm a small guy. Here's my big building. So usually a floor of a building is like 7 feet. These are proper 10 feet floors. So the chandelier is probably it's 20 feet from the ground, around about 10 feet from the platform.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah. If you jumped and landed badly, you would take damage.
Yeah. I might not actually, because I have slow fall now. I forgot that.
A regular person would.
I would take damage.
Yeah.
Barut couldn't make a jump.
Exactly, Barut would take damage.
But maybe Barut might have to take that jump in a few hours, so we'll see.
We'll see.
If we wanted to make a spectacle of it, if we break the glass roof, I could jump onto the chandelier and maybe drop his head or something.
There's also a big the walls facing the street are glass as well. There's glass.
This is all assuming that we kill him.
Yeah.
Because this could very much not go the way we want it to go.
In terms of the layout of the room, that he was in when we met him.
It's kind of like a little... It's actually quite a big space if you don't really consider the furniture. In this kind of combat, you don't really consider the furniture that much. Enough for a couple of people to fight if, like, cornered, you know?
Right.
So what we could do, we can go into the building with the intent to capture, but not kill him right away. Have the head of the blacksmith family kind of prep everything in the city, like for like this public execution style type thing. If things go poorly inside the building, we can just kill him right there and just have an announcement instead.
That's like a very reasonable thing.
That is actually very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
What time of day do we want to do this?
I mean, nighttime will make it easier for me to get away.
Yeah, but I mean, we kind of want you visible.
I could, I could be visible and then get away. Like, that is an option.
I would say like later afternoon, maybe.
Yeah.
That could work.
Wait for it to get a little gloomy.
Yeah.
And there'll be more people in the tavern at that time.
I also have fairy fire. Actually, I'm just gonna pop the card because I want to read it.
So fairy fire doesn't really make light.
No, but
it makes people glow.
Can I pop the card?
Yeah,
just to see this.
Why not, right?
Oh yeah.
Actually, they do. The creatures do glow a bit. I never apply that because.
Oh, that's fine.
But
so we could start it by me activating that on him, allowing us to get an entire round, hopefully, with an advantage. At least, and then he'll just like choke me, and I'll die, and it'll go away.
Well, that will prevent him from turning invisible if that's a power.
That's
that he
the
has.
other thing I was thinking about.
And if that doesn't work, and Tobias like pats his like several small sacks of glitter.
It's glitter bag.
I forgot about the glitter bags.
I did not.
Oh, that's great.
This is magic for mundane people.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I think Eleanor's right. I think we should go in with the plan to capture and not kill. So I think we should spend the morning preparing.
And Ollie, I will let the blacksmith family know that we're going to be acting just before dusk.
So what I'm going to try and do is in that case, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to have try and angle the horns so they're as close to my head as possible, and I'm still going to put my hood and mask on. So we're going to go up like I will look at least very close to the same, and someone like him is probably going to be like.
Depends how perspective they are, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hope.
Let's just do this.
And if so, he's gonna be like, "Why do you have horns now?" Like, it's not gonna be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Oh, because I have horns now.
So, spending the rest of the day sort of preparing, readying yourself, knowing that you're going to have to deal with quite a fight. I mean, you've fought monsters before. But this is like you've also fought a criminal lord before, but this guy has magic that you don't really know the powers of, so you're a little worried in some degrees. And then when it just starts to get gloomy enough, if this was a bigger, more southern town, this would be when people are lighting like street lanterns and stuff. But that doesn't really happen in a town like this. You prepare to enter the House of Smokeglass, which, because it is this kind of time of day, is full of people eating their dinners. The smell wafts from the not perfect seals of the doors and the windows and things, and you can already hear the sound of some slightly pleasant music of drum and flute from the two bards who work in the place. It looks perfectly normal, if not a little high, not very highbrow, but just more decadent, perhaps, than a lot of other places around here. Which is why you kind of never notice anything the first time you were here. You just want to march in and march up to him, more or less? You would be leading the marching.
Eleanor.
I would.
With the head bag, presumably,
Why
right?
not? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you
with
got the
a-
head
with
bag
a-
with the,
It's
you
like-
know.
We gotta get paid first too. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, well, or take it from his cold dead hands. It doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
if you want to get paid first, you don't want me marching ahead first.
No, we want Eleanor marching ahead first. It's fine.
No, we can get the gold off him. Like if we
Yeah.
tell him that we've
I don't even necessarily believe he has the gold, to be perfectly honest. So I think he just wanted us to do his dirty work and was going to kill us afterwards, anyways.
So it's one of those
Gnome's
things
name again?
when you
What is the gnome's name again?
Smoke.
Smoke, that's right.
smoke. I imagine he would have gotten word that the other guy died because it was yesterday and the guards were involved. So he probably knows that the other guy's dead now.
When you march in, give me perception checks.
Oh.
Well, you guys you're not on edge, but you're smart enough to check corners, to actually check people
Oh,
in this
no.
place now.
don't
God
worry,
damn it.
guys. I got it. Whoop.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You were saying, Ollie? You were saying?
Hey, I said you were checking corners. I didn't say you saw anything. So, you immediately just, like I said, the stairwell is pretty much in front of you when you enter. And it's a pretty big space. There's people also sort of standing between the tables, talking or playing games and stuff, or drinking. When you basically just start stomping up the stairs and they creak due to the weight of armor. And Eleanor has new armor now, by the way. Of course.
Oh, do I? I have that.
It has been a day, more or less, which is all they needed to like fit armor to you because they had it.
Excellent.
When you basically start marching up there, two people in leathers, well, not exactly stop you, but very clearly step in front of the top of the stairs and look kind of down at the lot of you just because of the vantage. You guys clearly figure that these must be some of Smoke's men. When you do glance around, there's clearly Smoke's little room is occupied. It's got little sort of silk sheets and things draped over it, but you can see people.
Move. We have business with Smoke. And I'm gonna try to like intimidate at that like.
Yeah, no, yeah. I was gonna say that's a simple intimidate there.
It's very classic.
It's
While
one of the things
holding a
where
tea
I think
bag.
Eleanor, like a couple of months ago, would have just said move, but then hanging out with the rest of them,
Yeah.
is like, I should probably explain. They just kind of like roll their shoulders, you know, not preparing for a fight, but clearly, you know, flexing a little.
We
like-
have a contract that we need to complete. We simply need to go and speak with him, let him know that we've completed it, and then we'll be on our way.
One of the two walks around, and this
That's a
isn't
lie.
so vast a place that you can't see them when they walk. You see them walk around. They go to they like pop their head in, and soon you're waved over, and that other guard steps aside. Not enough that you can walk easily. You have to kind of like he stands in
gonna,
just an awkward enough place.
Like push past him, like
Yeah.
like a shoulder bump, like
Yeah,
but, like,
exactly.
Because Eleanor is so strong, that she's gonna like try to like.
Exactly. You do not need to roll for anything like that. You do
Excellent.
just shoulder barge him up against the wall. When you walk over, Smoke is like one of the other guards like will pull aside the little sort of silk curtain and you can sit in there. Smoke is sitting there again, signs of a meal. Smoke is a darkened rock gnome, not that old looking, small, neat facial hair and stuff, and just very keen but love lacking eyes, you know. And his servant monk, the tiefling girl, is also there, who is standing sort of in a place she clearly is meant to stand, like between the seats, with her hands like in front of her. And he will sort of sit up slightly more in the sort of cushions he's sitting in, and just smile, saying, I hope you have a head for me.
Please drop it in his meal. Please drop it in his meal. Please drop it in his meal. Yes!
Yeah.
So, not only do you drop your head, this is a head of some half-human, half-spider abomination. Not like a Dryder that's got the pretty top half. No, it's pretty even, half and half. It's got mandibles, it's drooling, it's deteriorated quite a bit. Just you drop it there, the table sort of bounces a bit, the cutlery bounces. He doesn't have any kind of shock in him at all. The servant girl jumps quite a lot and is visibly disturbed by seeing the head of a monster. He kind of like turns his head and his eyes sort of focus on it a bit. And he nods and says, well, you really are grand at killing monsters. What was the money we agreed to on the contract?
2,000 gold.
Easy. He will open up a little, like you saw before, there's basically this table has like desks in it. And we'll unlock a lockbox. And we'll count out the coins in like groups of 5. And we'll put them on the table and slide them across. Kind of like just like effortlessly with the amount of money where some people would be much more considerate with that much money on the table. And we'll lean back again and nod and say, you've done a good service. Now, you were heading off south, weren't you? Shouldn't dally too much longer.
We have some business to finish up in town first, but then we'll be on our way.
How many guards are in this room with us?
There's no guards in the room with you. There are 2 outside, definitely. Because there was sort of one who was already standing there and one that basically went here to talk to you. Right.
I'm going to take off the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Take the mask. Not going to do anything else yet, but that's why I've done that.
I'm going to put the gold into a pouch and tie it up and take it into the bag and put it into the party pool for the bag for now.
Yeah.
We have
You are
other
muted.
business here. Smoke. And I'm just going to say to him, remain seated with a command.
Oh!
And I'm going to tell the girl, not as a command, but just being intimidating, monster woman, to go downstairs and bring us ale.
Okay. Unexpected,
I love
but
it.
well played. What is that, a wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
What's your DC?
Not great. It's a 12.
He just literally makes 12. Oh, so happy.
Fuck.
It's one of those things where actually you see, because you've done this before, but not as often as maybe other people who can cast these kind of spells. You actually see it kind of fog his mind for a little bit. And the rest of you maybe feel like a chill breeze in the room from behind you. And he then kind of just looks a little frustrated. And just as
I was hoping it would distract him long enough for the girl to leave.
Well, just as she's turning to leave, but obviously there's more hesitation because the others know that, like, she very much followed these commands, so maybe she was gonna do it, but, like, is hesitating. And as she goes to go, he basically, like, grabs her hand and like, yanks her back a bit more. Like, no, you will stay here. What is it you want to discuss with me further, Greyfist? I think our business is concluded. I think you got quite well what you came
Can he
here for.
do another wisdom save for me? DC of 14.
If I see him start to cast a spell, I'm actually going to say, it's like you said, we hunt monsters.
Smoke, I am Lady Eleanor of Edinburgh. We have not met yet, but I have heard of you, and I accuse you of mistreating those under your command.
It's one of those
What do you
things.
say to these accusations?
He was like pointing at you when you sort of say the holy words under your breath, Barut, to cast this spell, and he just kind of like freezes in place, and like his eyes dart back and forth, and clearly like just trying to figure out a way out of this. And you see just sort of an anger bubble up in just the eyes. He's paralyzed, so he can kind of talk, but he's having,
It would be very, very difficult for him.
He doesn't
to do
immediately reply, but at that point, when clearly casting a spell,
yeah,
things are going to change a little bit.
So, initiative?
One moment, please.
I was waiting to see if command worked because I didn't want to use old person if I didn't need to.
I would have been so happy if command worked.
I know, right?
That would have been so good. Okay.
Still hold person though.
No, yeah.
Still works.
Why'd you have a paladin try and do a cleric's job?
I know, right?
we get advantage on attacking him while he's held, right?
Yeah, he is paralyzed.
Hell yeah! Tobias, let's do this.
Yeah.
It's.
Hey, guys, why don't you roll me some initiatives?
Where's my token?
I will do that.
You're on there.
Oh, up here. I was wrong side.
Yeah, on my screen it started super zoomed in as well.
I'm gonna zoom out a little bit of that. That's a lot of. Oh, that's what we didn't see.
Yes. To be fair, 3 of them are. Oh no, 2 of them are downstairs right now. So that's at least good. We were very blind walking in here, though.
You really were.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. It wasn't even a hard DC, but you.
I have a
suck.
+6.
Yeah.
I have a +6 to perception. I still didn't see shit.
That's okay.
+6.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Tobias, it's one of those things, you weren't speaking during all of this. You probably were expecting more just well, we'll just fight him. But it's one of those things when it's clear that you've cast a spell, and these are the lapdogs of someone who is very much magical. They start drawing their swords from their sheaths or just moving up about you. It's very clear at this moment, unless you do crazy rolls or maybe this wasn't D&D 5e, that it's gonna be fighting time.
Okay. We're just killing him, right?
At this point, probably. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't stay still. He didn't listen.
Remember that if you kill him with a melee action, you can choose to knock him out instead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
5e makes it very easy.
An attack of opportunity here, but that's fine.
So, by the way, this is of course
Railing.
going down a railing, so you can't just jump down. Well, you can't just walk around. You can jump down.
Is he like in a little nook that you can't get around him in? Is that what's happening here? Because I just see a black square around him and the tiefling.
Yes, essentially, yeah.
Is that a black square?
A booth.
Oh, okay. So we can't get behind him.
Nope.
But of course, remember that this is represents a square of influence. So of course, you can get around behind him. You can move him.
Oh,
I was going to try to move here and maybe try to reposition myself with her, so she's in the middle of all of us.
So we're protecting her a little bit.
And just a reminder that the space between this floor and the bottom floor is 10 feet. So without a roll, you will land on your ass.
Okay.
And break your
I am
shields.
going to move through Vyric's square, assuming he is okay with that. Yeah. And go here. That guy, I'm assuming, is going to take an attack of opportunity against me.
Yeah. Let me get my monster man well.
Let's see how that goes first.
I imagine as you're moving past, Varric is still just calmly seated, staring at him, glaring while you just jump over.
Surprised you sat down. The guy behind you does try to swing after you with a hatchet.
Doesn't connect.
Nothing at
Cool.
all.
So yeah, just kind of sidling in by Vyric, I draw both of my swords as one item interaction because I can do that now. And I am going to attack him with the old Kopesh and the rapier. Both of which are at advantage because he hasn't acted yet.
He's also paralyzed.
Oh, he's also restrained. That's right.
Yeah.
I did do that. You did
do that, yeah.
Yeah, I did do that.
All right.
You did that.
Well, let's see how
I did that, yeah.
You did that. That's a hit. Also a hit. I mean, he can't really defend himself.
For 16 damage.
Yeah, like literally you can't. He can't really defend himself. He's just in this sort of like. There's the chair and things, and these weapons are large, and actually you might have been better off with a short sword with more room to swing, essentially. Okay. So you do hit him, and they're good fucking hits, but this guy's tough. At this point, you can see him sort of trying to move out of the spell, so you just sort of like cut and slash into him. You do realize, feel a little more toughness in his clothes than normal. He's not wearing any kind of armor or anything.
Gotcha. All right. Then I'm going to move back here.
Good move. Good.
I like it, yeah.
He is going to try and make a wisdom save. And succeed. It's one of those things where he just sort of all at once like just grabs at the wound in his chest and stands up. And straight up like stands up on the table, which actually puts him eye to eye, you guys, because he's a gnome. He's like maybe 4 foot. But that is at the end of his turn, so he can't do anything else yet. But he does just growl out loudly, just kill them! Kill each one of them! And at that point, you know, the people in the tavern who aren't involved in this are yelling and screaming and moving and stuff like that. Virik.
Okay. Well, as he jumps out the thing, you know, mid while he's like going kill them, that's when Virik is just gonna fly the 2 chakrams at him. As he like in the same motion as standing up is what he does it.
So like Western style quick draw.
Yeah. Oh, one of them does.
Oh no.
Does 17 hit?
17 does hit.
It's always my offhand that hits.
It is.
That is true. It's one of the things where like the first chakram he actually catches. He actually just catches and like slows down the momentum enough and kind of like puts it down on the table beside him. The second one like just scratches by him. Of course, it's like a fairly big wound, but not horrible.
I catch it.
Yeah.
So at least I've still got 1 chakram back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Never mind. I'm going to leave it at that. Just going to glare at him angrily.
Yeah. Brute.
Yeah, good question. I think I am going to this little gentleman right here.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna smack him with something, but I haven't decided what yet. So give me 1 moment.
I'll wait.
You know what? Why not?
Why not? Because he just manages to grab your arm and wrench it out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's close.
Yeah. I saw that number and I'm like, oh no. He's gonna be 13
I think
AC.
12 is what. Yeah, exactly. It's just sad.
Yeah.
And literally, the guy is like, "We don't like your kind around here," like to your face.
Yeah.
When you say that, because of course they're Northerners. They get a shit talk.
Yeah.
But gnomes are okay.
But gnomes are okay. Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, I would like to kind of like grab this woman by the arm and pull her away.
She's. You don't have to do any roll.
And replace her
Put her
spots.
there.
If that's cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Is that my action or is it just part of my movement?
For this, considering you're also not moving, it's pretty much part of your movement to like grab her and move her around. She's a very underweight tiefling girl. You could easily move her aside, and she just kind of like is dazed and confused. That's a hit.
Hey.
Actually, it's not.
Oh.
Because as you get up there and swing with a big frickin' sword, and it's one of the things where I sometimes describe similar like Dark Souls, you're swinging a weapon and it like hits the wall and like almost bounces off. No, Eleanor's sword goes through the wooden panelings of the wall, sending splinters flying everywhere and all the trinkets and stuff, and he just manages to sort of say some sort of word of power in Gnomish and bring up this shield of flame for a few moments that your blade
Shield.
even you push against it for a bit of time before it dissipates.
All right, and that's my turn.
All right, it's time for Lad City. All right, so the guards. Let's do the one attacking Brute first.
What a dick.
They will hit you.
Yeah.
Short sword. That's for 4 damage. So it's literally one of the things like grabs your hand, wrenches it away, stab into the gut.
Yeah.
Your armor takes most of it, but even then it's more like a bruise forming than a freaking scar to be made. And then the one behind Tobias also hits.
Does he hit
For
a
another
17?
4 damage. Ooh, have you got new armor?
No, but because of the feat I took, well, I have 2 swords out. My armor class goes up by 1, so I have an armor class of 17 now.
They still hit. Good to know. Good to know. For 4 damage. If this is one of those things where, like, the other one was just stabbed to the gut, this starts this freaking, like, 2 swords versus 1 sword fight over here. Or hatchet. Pretty sweet. Manages to get a few nicks on you. This guy over here. Remember when last time you were here and Virik saw someone with a massive crossbow under the table?
This guy. Yeah.
And he whips out the heavy crossbow and just sort of aims it at the group of you, because at this point, it doesn't really matter. And Brute is really the first one there.
Yeah.
But unless your armor class is a 9...
No, I think we're good.
It misses. It's one of the things where it just sort of glances off one of the plates of your armor and just goes into the side of the walling there. And you literally just like, shit! Start reloading it. This guy back here will... He has a crossbow, but it's not a freaking heavy one. And he will he's sort of carefully aiming up a shot where he's not going to shoot the guy in front of him. And actually, this is where your +1 AC immediately came into effect.
Yeah.
Which is always satisfying. Annoyingly.
Deflect it with that sword.
And the others don't really move, they just kind of get ready. Actually, you see one down here is kind of yelling outside. And trying to get people to leave. As fast as possible, so they can kind of control the fight. Tobias.
Alright, well, this guy who's directly in front of me is about to have a bad time. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm gonna just attack him with rapier.
That's very much a hit.
Perfect. So that's gonna be 11 piercing damage.
Awesome. That is not a kill.
And then I will use my bonus action to attack him with the silvered Kopesh.
Oh, that's your offhand. Sweet. I guess it doesn't really matter for you anymore, which that's weird.
Right?
Yeah, it's one of the things when with the attack with the Kopesh, after like getting down his defenses and getting a few hits and stabs off with him with your new sword, it's drawn blood. You manage to just cut the guy down with the side of the Kopesh.
Yeah, I very much imagine it's like coming under from the bottom and like skewering with the sword, and then coming down from the top of the Kopesh and just kind of like... Okay, that's my turn. I guess I can move. Here, I'll give you guys a little bit of room here. I am then going to rush up to this guy who just shot me.
It's one of those things where he sees you going down, he was reloading the crossbow, and he just kind of throws it aside and starts like fumbling to get out his sword. And, like, stand up. Then there's Smoke, who is kind of glances around the situation. There's a little bit of panic in him, but maybe he doesn't fight much. Again, he seems to focus onto magic, and this is when you see the smoke magic again, which starts sort of weeping from him and actually goes under you, Virik, under your legs, and forms into a tight ball of smoke and fire behind you.
Oh no.
Oh man, I'm so glad I moved.
Yeah, I know what this is.
And it will immediately attack you, Virik, essentially, by like the ball forms and then bounces into you. So, Virik, you make me a dex save, please.
Okay, that's with a +5.
That is not a save. You are going to take a little bit of fire damage. And even though you're dressed like a tiefling, you don't have fire resistance. You take 3 fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
That could have been a lot worse.
That could have been a lot worse. Is his turn done?
Yes.
Okay, so say that I got knocked backwards towards him with that. I'm gonna feign that I'm not in control and grab the chakram and immediately. So I'm gonna like move, and the second I grab the chakram, I'm gonna jump in, knock her back into this space where she's out of the thing, and then jump here, and then jump over this dude.
Oh, you need to give me very much an acrobatics roll for that.
I love it.
I love it.
But acrobatics.
You got to prove it with the numbers.
Is that enough?
The guy you're going over gets a contested roll.
Yep.
But he rolled a 1, so yes, you can pretty much jump off that dude.
Okay, now I'm just going to immediately double chakram this dude in the back. So, whoop. Oh wow! Again with the offhand.
Offhand?
Yeah.
I think Virik is left-handed.
I think he's just left-handed. He's probably been trained right-handed, but he's a left-handed boy.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna. I don't have to catch him because I'm literally melee damage.
Exactly.
And then Virik just swaps them. Goes back to what he's doing.
Well, this one's lucky. Yeah, you jump over the guy, slash him in the back. Poor dude. Brute.
Okay. I'm kind of mad that he blocked my hand last time. So now that Virik's there, giving him a hard time, I'm gonna try again.
That's a hit. There is a horrible death knell of this guy. Like the guy Tobias killed, just like a sort of. This is just a roar of pain of the guy's life being sucked away from him.
Yeah, until his trachea closes on him because I grabbed him by the back of the neck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna move.
Pro tip: don't stand in fire.
Yeah, fire. Not a good idea. Hey, Lenore.
Poor girl's getting knocked around like crazy as we're just like, stay alive, stay alive.
Got an objective.
I am going to cast Ensnaring Snark.
Mmm.
I'm gonna try to hit him.
That's a hit. I'm gonna roll the strength save now. He's not. No, he fails. He's not good at strength. It's one of those things where he even tries to like throw his hands up again, but like as you slash towards him, the vines and roots and things that grow off your blade just.
I imagine
him.
it's like very cold, like chilling, like northern
pine plants and things.
It's not like a green vine. That comes for.
It's not healthy. And literally, he'd actually be steaming because of the heat versus the cold as he's locked up there against, like, in the kind of like the corner of his little booth there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And he takes piercing damage on the start of his turns. Holy.
And I will, as a free action, just demand that he admit his crimes once again, as like the fires come and he is clearly stuck here.
All right. Well, before that, we have goons. Tobias. The guy fighting you actually gets a hit against you. I'm always impressed, because you have good armor. Gotta root for the little guy, who's probably gonna die next turn. Horrible death. And again, 4 damage. They are the 4 damage squad. That's how much damage they do every turn. This guy with a heavy crossbow, we're gonna back up a little.
He's like, oh god.
And then he's gonna try and crossbow Vieric. And actually will just about hit. It's one of those things that in that moment where you switch the weapons, you hear the twang of the crossbow going. And it will hit you. Let me get the
For how much?
dice. Ooh, that's a question, isn't it?
Because as I hear the twang, I'm going to bring one of the chakrams down immediately in the direction of...
And you're going to try and deflect missile.
Yeah, I'm not
so
going to spend a key to fling it back at him, so I'm just going to
would have done 9 damage, so you very much can just, like, even snap the bolt as it's flying towards you, just like...
And then I'm just going to stare at the dude who
backs up more. And literally, like, bumps into a guy back there who's like, oh, no, and, like, will actually ready his own crossbow and, actually not even shoot at you. He'll shoot towards sort of that, he's gonna shoot at Tobias.
Sorry.
Horrible miss.
I showed that I could deflect it.
Horrible miss.
You've learned.
This guy has more balls. This guy has less balls. And he'll ready his... actually... Because of the height. He's going to throw a throwing axe, but has disadvantage. No, it hits the bottom of that balcony. That's... All that is property damage. Nothing else.
How many gold of property damage, though?
Probably like a copper.
Okay. Yeah.
This is high quality wood. Tobias.
Okay. Well, this gentleman is hopefully about to have a terrible time. I'm assuming a 9 misses.
A 9 misses. He is not an ooze. A 24 on the other hand.
Excellent. For 7.
Yep. Not down.
Yeah, that's my turn. That's it. I'm just gonna stab this guy. And
it's a good turn.
Yeah, it's a good turn. It's a good time to be alive.
Okay.
Everything's coming up, Tobias.
I was hoping you were gonna say that. I just completely forgot the name of a spell. Oh, here it is.
Oh no.
No, that's not even like me BMing. That's just me being an idiot and not knowing my ABCs. Hey,
Oh dear.
would Barut Nailno give me a dexterity save, please?
Oh, why couldn't it have been anything else? It's fine.
Now,
Everything's fine.
I will point out... Ooh!
Damn!
That's real good.
I retract my previous statement. It was very, very good.
You will sort of blow
No!
a flume of burning, searing smoke at the two of you that clings, and you manage to not inhale any of it, which would be where for most of the pain comes from. Monk behind you does not make that save. You guys take half damage. She's gonna take full damage. Dude. Ooh, that would be 17 fire damage on full. She actually takes half because she's a tiefling, which is good because a regular human usually has around 10 HP.
So 8 for us?
You would take 8, yes. It's one of those things where she is clearly like blown back. She's not a fighter. She cannot handle that kind of thing. Her heritage as a tiefling is what
Saved her.
took the brunt of the damage, but she is like down on the ground near under the table, like wheezing in pain. And just to make matters more fun, he is going to fly the flaming sphere over Monk because she kind of fell down, and actually into Eleanor. So give me a dex save, Eleanor.
Okay, that did not work the way I was expecting that spell to work. I thought it exploded.
No. It's far worse than that.
That is going to be 7 fire damage.
All right.
And do you have to make a... Ooh, actually, I didn't take damage from ensnaring snake. That's a valid point. Takes piercing damage.
It's 1d6, yeah.
Yeah, I just rolled it. But he still made his concentration. So I didn't have to go back in time. Like I'm playing casual magic.
Ooh.
But, you know, it's pretty good. Could be worse. Virik.
Okay.
It's one of those things where you very much would have heard the tiefling scream, and you would have even felt the wave of heat because just the spell of that magnitude, it kept radiating on. You were outside the splash zone. So
I'm actually going to use a key point to do this, but I'm not. The way I'm going to describe it is, I'm going to very, very quickly appear here, yell down to all of the ones saying, essentially, this is your one chance to not get judged by his crimes, and then jump down up onto this table super fast, and then just say, leave now. You are outmatched, and then back up.
You can give me a
acrobatics.
And yeah, your jump distance is doubled, and you have a run up, so you don't even need to roll for that.
Okay, cool.
So intimidation. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Got my brain, because I only just realised I've been doing half this fight with the camera zoomed way in, admittedly to where the fight is, but there's a whole tavern.
Oh, that was almost amazing.
Almost.
Just ain't willing to listen to some sodden demonkin, are they?
Okay, the guy that's running up, what does he have? Like this guy over here.
Most of them seem to have a short sword or an equivalent weapon. That sort of level. Some of them have crossbows as well.
Okay, fuck. Do I still get the rest of my turn, or are you making me do that for my whole thing?
Movement and bonus. You still got your main action.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm just going... Ooh. No, I'm gonna save that in case he flees. I'm actually just gonna turn around and throw a single chakram at the guy in very much anger, like almost at the end of the sentence, just spinning around and throwing it in the same
Punctuate with
action.
murder.
Yeah.
Like a true northerner.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so proud.
That's a hit.
And then... Oh, come on! Okay, I don't catch it. Where does it end up?
That would probably... you know what? I'm going to be mean. It's going to end up on the lower floor. On the stage.
That's fine. That's not a big deal for me. It's a big deal for other people.
Yeah. Baru.
He shouldn't have done what he just did. I'm hoping. Because I'm going to...
He's a bad guy.
He needs to learn to not be a bad guy. Why can't everybody just be nice?
I'm bad, and that's good.
Right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try and grab at him. Try and grab that ass. Oh, god damn it.
That is a hit.
Is it? Oh, that's good news.
He's not got armor on.
Well, that's very good news because I was casting that at level 2, so... So, 18.
That is a lot of damage. It's one of the things where you grab him just as the vines sort of start disappearing. You manage to grab him before he really gets moving. And he doesn't even yell out like other people when you cast a spell. You just see it like, the hand glows. You almost see it pulsing through his veins. He does have to make a concentration check.
And as he's doing that, I'm going to be whispering in his ear, you shouldn't have done what you just did.
And that's when the ball of smoke and fire just into not much. Eleanor.
Chop his head off.
Oh!
I can tell you what, if you let Virik get the last hit, he's making it slow.
How do you want to do it?
My plan still wasn't to kill him.
Oh, fair enough.
You grab him. You're burning him with your magic.
Yeah.
And I reach forward and I just bash his little gnomish head down.
Oh, so I just told him he shouldn't have done what he just did, and then you just smash his head in. I love it.
That's great, and he is.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you want to move? Do anything else?
Yeah, I will move like in front of this woman. I don't really know what's going on down here.
A lot of fighting. A lot of people.
A lot of fighting.
Teams, squads, lads.
5, 10.
Lads.
Hey.
Lads.
Yeah, it's just the lads.
I can't like get like past either one of these two, so I just have to wait here, I guess.
Yeah, prepare for
What?
next time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because like I guess I could end my turn right here, couldn't I? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Get in front of the squishy monk.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I don't know why I was saying I couldn't end my turn like within 5 feet of a dead body, which is silly.
No.
Essentially.
Dead bodies are objects. Remember in D&D, they're nothing.
You.
Yeah, and I don't even worry about like the furniture and stuff in a battle like this because the sizes are much bigger than it looks, and also smaller. Don't worry about it. This guy will actually jump on the table and jump off it, and a move that you've seen Tobias do will slash at your unarmored head with his weapon and hit you, Eleanor, for 3 damage.
Alright.
Hey, even when you hit Eleanor, she's tough.
It just sounded like it was going to be so dramatically devastating, and then it was just
All
and he
that
scratches
for
her
a
out.
drop of blood.
Yeah.
At this point, the guy with the heavy crossbow has some things to think about.
You thought what I did.
He saw what you did, and as much as I almost don't want to keep, like, Ollie doesn't want to keep attacking Eleanor, but this guy absolutely would target Eleanor. And it rolled off a good roll into a shit roll, and you don't take any damage. Eleanor might not even notice she got shot at. It's like they were aiming for someone else. It's far off.
Oh,
Like, can I like reach out and just block it for her while she's fighting?
Yes. This guy beside him is going to ready his smaller crossbow and actually shoot at Virik. But again, it's a miss. And it's one of those things where he shoots and he's like, "This won't work a shit," and throws it across the room and like gets out his weapons and actually like gets ready to fight you on the mezzanine. At this point, when they called for more lads, that's when they run in and they can kind of see, you know, this whole thing going on. 6, but they just get in, and this guy is also gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it's Tobias.
Okay. Well, first things first. There's a 14 hit.
14 does hit.
12.
That guy is deceased.
Excellent. At this point, I am going to. Let me just get something. Okay, never mind. Yeah, in that case, what I'm going to do is use my bonus action to place Hunter's Mark Jr. on this guy.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna move over here and like sheath both of my swords and duck down behind the railing as much as I can. Try to give myself as much cover.
I like it.
That's a good idea. Virik.
Okay. I'm actually going to jump down here and pick up my chakram
yeah.
and land it down.
As you see more of the his men just running across the mezzanine to try and help. You just fucking bail.
I'm gonna come here, pick up the chakram.
You do need to give me an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. And then I'm going to... it's like 10 feet up, right?
Yeah.
So I need to be in like one of these spaces.
Yes. To try and swoosh.
In that case, I think that's 4 moves. So I'm just going to come right here, and at the first dude that's running up, I'm going to chakram.
Yeah. First
Again,
one misses,
with the
offhand wins.
God damn it. Okay. And then to catch. Okay, so I caught both of them at least. But yeah.
It's one of those things where you throw the chakram like up and it just freaking like hits him in the back of the leg and it's like, ah!
And then I'm actually going to move right back into this corner here.
Alright. Barut!
I'm going to step out here, and I am going to use spell slot again, like a wasty boy. But I am gonna cast Prayer of Healing on all of the party members and the tiefling who is on the ground there for 10 points.
That actually gets her back up to full.
Good. And I'm just gonna shout out and say, he's already dead. You may as well give up now.
When you say that, there is a couple of them look like back at each other. Maybe if these were Southerners, that'd be a valid argument. But at this point, blood or glory, right?
In too deep. Yeah.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah.
If anything,
Bloody
that probably
northern
pisses them
fools.
off more because
That's the point,
because they
really.
actually liked him.
Yeah. Well, that was their mistake.
Are you gonna move
Liking
anymore? Or
an
are you
asshole.
set?
Nope. Staying exactly there.
Don't like the way you said that. Aenlaw, it's you. You also just got healed 10, by the way.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed
I'm waiting for them to gather up, and then I'm just going to use Fairy Fire on them now, because I was saving it in case he went invisible.
You're just gonna punch the ground, and it's all gonna all over the place. Because if you can't do that as a monk, what's the point?
Exactly.
That is very much a hit.
So I'm gonna hit him. I'm also going to smite him. I'm not gonna knock this guy out. I'm trying to make him an example.
Yeah!
Holy fuck.
You effortlessly just destroy this guy. His body, like, flies back towards these men. Like, headless and bloody.
And I will point to them and I will say, this is your one chance to renounce the false leader you have served so far.
I will allow an intimidation. Because you did just destroy that man.
Oh, God.
Him.
One of them, like, literally this guy who's running up and he, like, has like, a dagger in his mouth and, like, pulls it out and gets ready and is like, we know who you are! We don't give a shit about you! If he's dead, looks like I'm in charge. You hear someone else down there, it's like, no, I'm gonna be in charge! And this whole sort of brawl just continues and he will run.
Wait for it amongst yourselves!
And he will swing at you with his sword, which is a miss, and he will swing with his dagger, which is a miss, because Aenor is a very tough armored woman. Not a squishy. And the rest of the party, aside from Tobias, actually, Tobias is probably tankier than Aenor.
But not on purpose, just
Rangers!
you know, Rangers, the true tank class. I studied leather armor. I just have a lot of health.
This guy is gonna try and do something. Oh, he doesn't do it. This guy over there is like running up and he kind of takes a scene and can see Barut, like, when you cast spells, it's very visual and audible as well. Like, you clearly just healed and your wound of the parties were sealed. And he actually tries to, like, jump like across the corner of the balcony to get to you, and he actually gets like on the other side, but you can just turn and like shield bash him off. And he'll be like, oh! Down next to Virik, and actually take fall damage.
Is he prone?
Yeah. Oh, good lad.
Good, he's prone. This is gonna be funny.
Yeah. But
It was a good effort.
I had the image in my head of this happening. It happened a little differently in my head. This guy with the crossbow is going to shoot Barut. Oh, yes he is. For 8 piercing damage. As he actually hits you.
Okie dokie.
This one down here is going to ready his crossbow at Barut as well. Like, they can clearly... Like, literally even one of them, the guy with the crossbow will say, like, the elf's healing them! Ignore the tiefling! Ignore the bitch! I don't even really notice Tobias, because he's kind of...
Skulking in the corner.
Skulking. And literally, as you hear say, like, you get hit by one crossbow bolt, one sails over your head, Barut. One hits you in the other arm. For... I know there's a D8 here somewhere.
It was behind my orange juice.
Oh.
For 7 piercing damage.
That was a good roll. Jeez.
Yeah. Blood or glory, man.
Yeah.
And that's all of them. Tobias.
So, like, from the corner, you just hear, like, a cranking sound as I'm, like, readying a I just emerge up over the railing, like, with this heavy crossbow.
And you know what? We're going to pause it there, because it has been over an hour.
Holy shit, yeah.
And I totally meant to actually take a break on that turn. But I'm even better. Wait, before the commercial break, that there's a...
Yeah.
And then they just look at the guy, and the guy looks at me, and he's like, "Nani?" And then it just cuts it.
I was just about to make the, like, is it JoJo's joke? Or it's like, to be continued? Alright, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. We're having a couple of minutes. Oh, man.